Hey, what's up, guys? All right. In this video, I'm gonna try and just get some very simple points across. So I've been watching the hearings with Libra and Facebook and everything like that, and it's kind of difficult for me to really formulate all of my ideas on everything. But one of the, and just in terms of the cryptocurrency space in general, one of the things that's really standing out right now, though, is that I feel as though there's a bit of is that I feel that there's a bit of urgency at this point in time, and it's hard for me to really convey exactly how urgent we should, how urgent the situation is going to be. Honestly, I'm trying to pick my words properly because I feel like, especially given the current market right now, looking at things like steemit, I'm not talking about cryptocurrency in general. I'm talking about purely like um, Steam, discussions.app, voice, anything that's sitting in the cryptocurrency space as we speak right now that is a social media platform, right? Well, we know that Libra is going to be a direct competitor, and after watching the hearings and everything, the congressional hearings and watching, I forget his name already, but um, watching this guy answer these questions and watching Congress kind of flipping out. They're flipping out, actually. A lot of them are pretty worried. And one of the most concerning things regarding the topic was, um, they're expecting to have a billion users, right? And the billion users are, you know, what? How much currency? What's going to be the average currency that they have? It'll be, $10, $100, $1,000. Think about how much money that is and how much that's going to affect the ecosystem. Now, this could be bad or good for places like Steemit and stuff like that. My problem, though, with current cryptocurrency space is that, um, listen, we can sit here and we can say that Libra is just going to bring more people into cryptocurrency all we want. The bottom line, though, is that the main number one thing, and I've mentioned this many times in the past, but I haven't really articulated it very well, I haven't really discussed it very well, is that UX design is so sorely lacking in this space that it's the number one problem facing it right now. Period. Not just UX design. There's another aspect as well, in terms of like promising deflation or proper amounts of deflation by burning tokens in order to do advertising. You'd think that that would be the bread and butter of these platforms, but still have yet to really actually support that kind of functionality. So if I look at a place like, for example, Palnet, I know that this page is probably going to be seeing a complete rework. UX design is so bad right now in terms of everything that the end user gets to experience like total, like, confusing, arbitrary. These are words that come to mind. Arbitrary, lacking, slow in some cases. It's still fast enough. It's still fine. I mean, I could deal with the lack of speed and everything like that. Useless widgets. Recently visited. I'm me. I know where I've been. I don't. What kind of a person is going to actually want to have a list of things he just recently looked at? What? So I can come back to it later? Why is this so important that it actually takes up a giant chunk of my ever so important screen real estate for something that is as innocuous as where I've been probably 10 minutes ago? There's another confusion too. This is both equally true for discussions as it is for Steemit as well. There's a confusion between what is trending and what is a subreddit. Now, I'm using the term subreddit because easy to explain what a subreddit is. You know exactly what a subreddit is. It's a little mini community. That's what tags are. Tags are essentially just subreddits. Maybe they're maybe there's less modern, um, there's less people monitoring them for quality content and all that. But that's essentially what these are. But they're being treated and they're being placed in the same location as something that is a fundamentally different concept, and that is trending. So there's a confusion. There's a very interesting confusion here. See how, like, okay, trending should be here, and also too, I don't want this to be just splayed out. Like, what if I have, what if this is going to be true for a lot of people? What if there's some of these categories I don't want them to be public? Like, if somebody just comes onto my computer or my laptop and checks out what my list of like subreddits are. I mean that's a small thing. I mean you should probably just that's your fault for leaving your laptop sitting on the kitchen counter or whatever. It's just that it's kind of fucked up. It's kind of stupid. All right, this shouldn't be taking the same real estate as my what should be taking trending. Also, here's my personal information. I know a lot of people can say, oh, Twitter and Facebook have bad, UIs, and in a lot of ways they can be right. They're not perfect, but they're still miles better than this. They're still miles better than this. I mean, if you really want to talk about shit that doesn't matter, the updates log. Who cares? I'm the average user. Do I care about Twitter's updates log? Like, fuck it. So, you know what I mean? Like, the interfaces are just bad. They're just bad. And you can make an interface infinitely better very quickly. Okay, so what's the number one thing for UX? The discussion guys already fixed the problem. But in the case of steemit, you want to fix the most major hurdle in UX. Make a single steemit posting account. It doesn't even have to technically be centralized in the proper sense, but you make one account that is a core account that you make sure it has plenty of resources and everything like that, and you make it so that anyone who's a newcomer automatically gets a key with the right to be able to post as a sort of simplified steemit account on that one posting account, right? This allows you to do things like anonymous posting as well, where people can post anonymously on here, right? So that works really well for multiple things. But since you give somebody a key, you can also make it so that they can recover that key, and you know what I mean? There's a certain degree of centralization, right? But like I think that actually works and is a little bit more conducive for onboarding people, because what we're really lacking right now is onboarding people. We're onboarding people is the problem here, not not keeping their accounts safe because of censorship or something. Like that already exists. They're using the platform, right? Like, what are you gonna do? You can't delete the posts. Not without some like crazy consensus. And even then, you wouldn't be able to do it. Not in this space. Even in the most centralized example of a cryptocurrency, it's very difficult. It takes a lot. It takes a sort of a consensus model of some sort in order to be able to actually say, hey guys, we're gonna take this post down. So that right there solves the number one UX design problem facing this, and the way these guys have done it, it even allows for you to make to earn Steam, or earn tokens and stuff like that that are donated to you when you get upvoted and everything like that, because you're given a key that's a shorter key. It's like a regular password or something. So that is where that one posting account might have like a pool of crypto, but the smart contract just makes it so that you only have access to what you've earned out of that pool, right? So it's just there's one pool, and there you go, and you have this actually increases functionality because it gives people an option, and they don't have to wait 2 weeks, and they don't even have to make an account. They can post anonymously. They can just post anything that they want, and they still have the ability to, get upvotes. They might not have enough Steam power to do downvotes, but maybe you can work that in as well, right? That right there solves the entire problem. That solves the number one issue facing steemit. Right there. That's it. Now you can make arguments about how, oh, well, it's not perfect. This isn't perfect either. So I say, yeah. Finally, get trending, new, hot, and promoted are all cool things that should just be part of my regular feed anyway. I want to see all of it, and I don't even know what the difference between trending, new, hot, and I mean, I know what the difference between promoted, but like, I want everything that is not only trending, but also hot and cool and new. Like, all of those things. I don't want them separated. I want them on my feed. Now, you can give me side options. Off to the side, I can have like a little thing where I can say, oh, well, I don't want to see, I only want to see new posts or something like that. There's a certain degree of curation that's just fine. All right? There's a certain degree of it. You're still miles not as bad. Well, you're still nowhere near as bad as Twitter and Facebook, where they basically model your neural synapses to their post patterns so that they keep you addicted with dopamine rushes. I mean, to a certain degree, you got to do that at least a little bit, but those are complicated and crazy ways, systems. At this point in time, though, none of that exists anyway. Okay? These platforms are still so confused as to what's the difference between trending. There's still never been a trending. Okay, let me put it like this. Steemit's been around for many years now, and there's still no trending tag. Like, all right, promoted posts are a core aspect of the entire ecosystem for all of these, and it has been massively is massively um it's for some reason I can't word right now. Neglected. Okay? It's massively neglected. But it's also a core cornerstone because it's part of how we destroy tokens. And now I know the DTube guys are working on this right now, where you can burn your DTC in order to promote a post. That's great. That needs to exist. That exists here in Steemit as well. You can promote. You can burn tokens for promoted posts, but nobody's ever going to click the promoted thing. These all need to be rolled together. But not just that. The top 5 promoted posts should always be visible on the side tab here. And there should be a little thumbnail for each one of them, so that people can post boobs that get clicks. You want to know why? That gives it value. That gives me a reason to want to bother to spend money on it. Because I don't have any confidence whatsoever that no one is actually even using the promoted tag thing right now. This is embarrassingly bad. Do you understand? But it's also a core proponent of this. It's something that these guys are talking about for a while. Like, I've talked about this. UX design is one of the main things plaguing these systems. All right? So now I've just covered the main things, all right? And how to solve them is very, very straightforward problem. All right? Display roll these all into one and display the top 5 promoted posts and sprinkle and since you've rolled all of these into one, you sprinkle them all together. You make sure that this is actually a trending tags and then make some other area where I can choose which subreddit, which sub tag that I'm using. When you upvote somebody, you should be upvoting the tag. This is the next thing. All right? Now this is a very straightforward thing. But whenever somebody makes a new post, they should only have the ability to put one tag. And then you should upvote that tag or you can add a new one. The D2 people are doing it right now. That's how it should work for everything. The reason why this works this way is it allows people to aggregate their own tags and thus your aggregation is a lot more organic. And then people can upvote those tags to make them one that is the most relevant for each of the tags. Which means that promoted posts are going to be competing directly with posts that are just upvoted organically as well. Right? Because, I mean, it's the same thing, isn't it? Okay. So, let's see what's left. Last but not least, I think that the bad blood needs to end between DLive. And I think that there needs to be just a general, like, check overall. And, like, you see stuff like this where it's like, is PalNet not working as embedded content? You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, PalNet's not working as embedded content. Listen, guys, we can't afford to fuck around with this. And I understand that there's going to be people, there's always going to be your maximalist, right? An EOS maximalist, a steemit maximalist. I guess they exist. Um, an Ethereum maximalist. Ethereum. Guys, listen. Just because DLive left steemit doesn't mean that there should be, it just like put this shit at the door. I know that the D2 developers, support this functionality for being able to click this right here, which brings me to the last and final thing, but I'm talking about the bad blood thing right now. This right here, like, it supports being able to put Twitch, Vimeo, YouTube, Dailymotion, blah blah blah, right? It even specifies Twitch. And then it just grabs the video or the feed and then makes it into a post that's automatically aggregated on the steemit blockchain as well as the DTC blockchain, the D2 coin blockchain. It's beautiful. But there's no DLive here. And likewise, this shit right here shows there's like bad blood. Steam is dying, Pal, Leo, Weed. I don't think Steam is dying. I think that UX design is not being pushed hard enough. Alright? I think the bad blood thing also needs to just stop. Like, I can understand competition, wanting to compete, being competitive with each other, and all of that. But now the competition is we're up against Libra at this point. And Libra isn't going to take any prisoners. Hell, it may even fuck up some governments. It is actually really crazy how urgent the Libra situation genuinely is. So guys, cut the shit out. Please, cut it out. Fucking allow embedded content with everything that's on the fucking steemit side of things. Make cross-posting as easy as possible. Which brings me to the last and final thing that I think is the most important of all of these. Second only to making new fucking accounts. Alright? Guys? All of these big, huge companies that, Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and all that. DTube shows right now one of the best ways that we can deal with them. And that is simply have provide a link to my latest tweet or whatever. Just click it in here, right? See, here's a video here. Let's see. And you click this. Here's the last video. Boom, it grabbed all of the text, and the only thing now I need to do, that's it. That's it. In other words, cross-posting on these platforms should be so dirt simple that all you do is you provide a link and it does everything for you. Everything automatically. Perfectly. Like it... it just, it's beautiful. It makes me want to fucking cry. It's gorgeous. Suck the life out of these big companies. Just do it. Just make it so that, like, as soon as anyone who posts anything, all they gotta do is click, and they post on your platform as well. Every one of you should be doing this. All of you, for everything. I should be able to post, have a direct link to a post that I made on fucking Instagram or Twitter or Twitch or anything, and just make it so that it automatically grabs all of the relevant information from that post, stores it on the blockchain, and re-downloads the video and puts it up on an IPFS hash automatically. That's it. Just make it so that it's so easy to do that it's stupid not to do it. That's it. Now you have to provide a salient argument as to why I wouldn't do this. It's free money. Why wouldn't I do it? Why not? All you do is click, and you're done. People can't argue against that. It's too good of a deal. This should be true for everything. Every fucking one of my tweets should just be instant. I should just be able to grab a link to my tweet and just automatically, just boom, right up there. Click. Same thing. Provide a link, grabs everything, boom, there it is. Grabs the pictures, the image, tosses them up on an IPFS hash. All good to go. Right? Now the final thing, honestly, IPFS onboarding. Privix is doing it, but they're not doing it very well. It needs to just be a core aspect of all of these platforms. Make it so that I can burn my tokens or use my tokens to buy directly from you, the owners of the platform, some file hosting on an IPFS thing. And that's it. Make it as dirt simple as possible. Just make it so that I can, even the most mundane content creators, like myself, because I don't usually get that much action, can make $9 a month for 50 gigabytes of space. Especially on a place like this, especially if cross-posting synergy is a thing. And that's it. That's it. Okay? Follow these steps, and pretty much everything will be solved. All of the major things. That way, once Libra comes out, it could at least use lube. So maybe we have a chance to enjoy ourselves while we're getting all fucked in the ass. Because it's not going to be nice. Well, maybe, unless you enjoy that kind of a thing. I don't think we're going to enjoy this, though. Hell, it may be a chance for us to rise up and maybe Libra will be, brought over to all of our different dexes and everything like that. But right now, we're watching the world burn. I think this just set a lower low, by the way, which means that we're going a lot lower than 23. So let's see, where are we going? Oh, okay. Yeah, we're probably going to be in the 15 cents range, guys. That's for Steam. So here we are, guys. Here's what I'm gonna say. Hope you enjoyed, and please, for the love of God, take this seriously. Because the stuff that I just said is pretty much everything. I mean, this is everything. I'm not just saying some simple stuff. Anyway, all right, guys, take it easy.